Alrighty, folks, welcome to Hunting the Rut Hotline. Hey, it's Thursday night. It's time to talk. I'm Don Bell.
Hey, Steve Burklow.
Hey, we're here tonight, and hey, we're glad you're there, and we're going to talk about the questions that's on your mind. Folks, listen, it is, what's today?
Today's 16th.
16th.
April.
It's already clicking by, isn't it?
Man,
doggone. I mean, hey, listen, folks, it's in the recovery period. We've been talking about, Steve, that past couple weeks. And, look, we appreciate all the telephone calls and the Facebooks, and we are going to try to, they're telling us we're going to try to catch up on some of that tonight. But at the same time, folks, even though deer are in the recovery period, Steve, folks, we want to show you a picture of a rattlesnake. Keep in mind, even though it's in the recovery period, not so much in the Midwest, because there's still, you're not going to have to worry about what we're about to show you up there in the Midwest right now. But let me show you why you got to be careful for all the turkey hunters down here in the Southeast.
Absolutely.
This is serious stuff. Guys, can you show that? I want you to see this. This is Mike Burklow. That was killed, which is Steve's brother. Mike's been on the show, and he killed this one last week.
Last week, that's a timber rattler.
That's a timber rattler. He looks like maybe 6 foot. I think he said he was 16 rattlers and a button.
God.
That is a serious boy dog right there.
It'll zap you.
I mean, that right there would knock you down. The folks, now listen, all you turkey hunters, you're out there, that's what these deer are feeding around. Can you imagine an old buck or doe feeding, grazing out there like that, and all of a sudden, that old bad boy pop him like that? His head's as big as my hand.
Man.
That's a serious thing right there. That's like a speed breaker.
Man, that scared me to death.
That's 6 foot. I asked Mike what he weighed. He didn't weigh him, but that is serious, and killed him outside of his, going on his property.
Yeah.
Was that a blacktop going through there, or was that a dirt road?
That was blacktop, man. He's
crazy.
Building a house right there.
That's crazy. I mean,
Close
folks.
to the river, though.
Yes, sir. So that's 1st of April in South Alabama. So serious stuff out there. All the hunters that's out there in the woods, not just turkey hunters, but, fishing outdoors for any reason. All our 3D shooters.
Boy, wear those snake boots.
Man, listen, it's serious stuff. They're crawling. They're coming out. They're coming out of them holes. They're laying out there. This is prime time. This is when they move. This and September, October, when they start looking for a hole to get in. We got a lot of stuff down here bite you, and that's one of them. At least normally that old boy will warn you.
Yeah.
The one you got to watch for down here in the South is that old cottonmouth.
Yeah.
Now he's got an attitude. He'll swim over there to bite you.
Yeah.
He's just mean. So folks, listen. What we're going to do tonight? Talking about what you want to talk about. Keep in mind it's the recovery period. We're in full swing down here in the Southeast, and here late April, here in about 3 or 4 weeks, they're going to get out of that snow up there and out of that cold in the Midwest and Northeast, Steve, and they're gradually you'll get them some grass to cut. And I'm just about going through my first set of blades on my lawnmower already. So folks, stay tuned. We come back, we're going to talk to you about what questions you have tonight here in mid-April. Be right back.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes top reserve doe estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 0.1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 1% Club.
All right, folks, we're
Caught you.
That's right. We're back, and look, what we're going to do is we're going to try to. We're told that, and we do appreciate it. We got a lot of Facebook questions coming in, and boy, we've had a lot of callers come in the past few weeks, Steve. And we try to take those callers, as much and as fast as we can. So we're going to try to catch up real quick before the first caller on some Facebook questions.
Yeah, here we go. We got Arthur Beeman from Dubuque. Is that how you say it?
Yep, Dubuque, Iowa.
How long after deer shed their antlers does it take for them to start growing them back?
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
When those antlers break, that line between it, as it breaks, it immediately forms almost like a cover, almost like a skin, not a scab, but it's almost like a clear covering, and then it immediately starts the process. That's what we're in. We're in that recovery period, and as those bodies, and they grow, depend on how much food they got and how bad they're depleted through the rut. If they were injured, all that has variables, Steve, and how fast it starts doing. But once they start growing, it can grow as much as 1 inch a day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. We got Robert Petty from Winchester, Tennessee. What's a good product to start a mineral lick with?
Well, it depends on what state what state you're in. And guys, look, Robert, there's
Tons of them.
Tons of them. In Alabama, like a salt lick, all animals got to have salt. But you need to check your game laws.
Right.
What
Alabama, you can't do.
Yeah, right. What you can and can't do. But, it just depends on where you are. But up there in Tennessee, I mean, if you can start with a salt lick, I'd get at it and stay with it. But like I said, now, what about Florida?
I'm not sure about Florida because you can corn in Florida, so I'm not so sure.
Yeah, we can do corn. Well, now we can do corn in Alabama, but before you could do it, but you just couldn't hunt over up to 10 days before season. Mm-hmm. So a bunch of guys. Robert, I don't know how old you are up there in Winchester, but may remember Ben Lee. Mm-hmm. And we were doing a seminar one time, and somebody asked Ben, what's the best call? And he said you couldn't beat that yellow cracked corn. But honest to God, you could do this, and I've had people say you could. I've heard people say they could do this, Steve. You get corn, you put it in your feeder, and the folks up there may not know what pea gravel is, but down here we got pea gravel, and you get them conditioned to that. And then them crazy people, they'd put that pea gravel in there, and they throw that pea gravel. Of course, they're not coming to the pea gravel.
Coming to that noise.
They come into that noise. By the way, that's illegal too, so you do not get caught doing that. All right, who else we got?
We got Stu Whitner from Sedalia, Missouri.
Yep.
How does rain affect my dispersion of deer urine when hunting?
It's obviously, it depends on how hard you rain it. I mean, how hard you rain it, how much it rains over what period of time. Water will dilute urine.
Yeah.
But it's not like you can't smell it.
Right.
That's what people need to understand. Stu, if you take a glass of water, take Top Secret 3 ounces, pour it in a glass, and then take you another glass of water and start pouring water in it, you're still gonna smell it.
Yeah.
And so, see what people say, they've asked us on the show, Steve, if you freeze it, what if the urine freezes? Can they smell it? Well, hello. Get you some deer urine, put it in the refrigerator, deep freeze, and it'll freeze solid, just like an ice cube.
Yeah.
Take it out, put it in a glass, and see if you can smell it.
Oh yeah, you can smell it.
You can still smell it.
Yeah, and that means he can smell it.
That's
really
exactly
good.
right. That's exactly right. So, yes, it dilutes it, but yes, they can still smell. They still communicate when it rains. Mm-hmm. So, all right. What else we got? Guys, we can get some. Okay, we're gonna try to catch up some.
All right, we got Daniel Frantenberg from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I love the way you pronounce these things because you're way better than me. All right. I'll take Fort Wayne, Indiana for you.
Okay. Right. What age does a buck typically decline with his antler size?
Well, the average buck was what, 4.5, 5 years. In what was it in the wild? So, and again, you're in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Really depends on the decline. Depends on where he's at, the amount of food. Has he been injured? But I would say as a general rule,
Usually
5.
Yeah. Usually
5, 6 years. It will typically kind of 5, 6 would kind of line off, and you'll start seeing some decline. Unless he's injured, unless he catches some kind of disease, or if the food source is not there. A lot of factors goes back into the next rack. Mm-hmm. But as a general rule, it's going to ramp up, all things being equal, kind of mellow out 5, 6, and then it's going to start to tug. But that's past the average life expectancy of a deer nationwide. Mm-hmm. You up there in PA, 18 months is the average age. Yeah. You got 1 million hunters up there. You don't get to flag that tail much up there in Pennsylvania because you got a mess load of deer hunters.
But Indiana and Illinois, and they're probably got a little bit better lifespan typically because their harvest laws are a little bit more stringent.
That's right, and people are a little more particular to let them walk.
Yeah.
Because they're looking
more than Alabama.
You think? You think? I keep telling people for years, you could kill something like 146 deer a year per hunter. That's like a buck and 2 does a day. Well, there's still, now we can't do that. But now, what is it? We got a call
4,
coming.
I think.
4, but a lot of Alabamans ain't got that email yet, or they're not rebooting or something. All right, let's see who we got. We got us a call coming in. All right, let's see who we got. All righty, got Don Bell and Steve Burklow. Who we got?
I'm Jason.
Big Jason, where you calling from?
Central Kansas.
Ooh.
All right, we'll be sure to get your address before we hang up.
You're going to Kansas. Yeah, you need to adopt us.
Is that right?
That's right. We'll come up here and we'll be your brothers and hunt in Kansas.
That's what everybody from the East Coast says.
Well, there's a reason.
bet.
There's a reason for that. Well, what kind of question you got?
Hey, I was actually just calling to give you guys a comment on your BioShield bug spray.
All right.
Wonderful.
That stuff is amazing. I've tested it out individually and as a system. Individually, the product is great. As a system, phenomenal. I recently was out at a big bow shoot, and I'm in charge of setting a bunch of the targets up. And the first day, all I used was the body wash, and I picked 24 ticks off my clothing, but not a one of them came off my skin. They were all out on the outside of the clothing. So that night, I washed in the laundry detergent, and then did the body wash the next morning. Not a tick on me. Did that routine for the next 4 days. Not a single tick for the next 4 days, and everybody around me was pulling multiple ticks off of them. I mean, 10 to 20 ticks a day, and I didn't have a one.
Jason.
Wow, that's awesome.
We had a conversation the other day. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? Was it that you and your daughter, you went somewhere? And what did you call yourself? A tick what? A tick magnet?
Oh, I'm a tick magnet. Them things love me. If it's a bloodsucker, it'll find me.
It's crazy, isn't it? Did you purchase it from one of our dealers?
Yeah, just recently, one of your dealers here in Central Kansas picked it up.
What's the name of that dealer?
I happen to be good friends with the guy, and he said, I bought this product with you in mind because the guys that I hunt with and hang around with during archery season say that until I hit 20 ticks, they don't even start looking on them.
Oh, my God. Man,
because they know it's going to eat you up.
And ticks are getting bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're sweeter than everybody else, that's what happens.
That's right.
Well, listen, there's some truth to that, Jason. I've got a twin brother, and we used to paint, and I could hit a wasp nest, and Dempsey, he'd go run it, and I could knock him down, and they would literally chase him. Wouldn't bother me, but they'd chase him. Some people are just drawn to that kind of stuff. Yeah. What's the name of the dealer, and what town is he in?
They're out of Lindsborg, Kansas. The store is Smoky Valley Shooting Sports.
All right, Smoky Valley Shooting Sports.
Fantastic.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And do they do the 3D shoot often?
We really just kind of host the big ones right now. We just got done with the R100. In 2 weeks, May 1st, we're putting on a big No Bull 1000 shoot where we're going to give away $1,000 cash to the open class.
Wow.
Probably, it'll be somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 worth of prizes or more given away.
Well, Jason, people just don't think about it. Of course, you do because you're out there 3D shooting. I mean, you're in. If you can keep it off a 3D shooter,
yeah,
you can keep it off anybody.
Yeah,
because you're literally walling around out there in the spring in the woods.
Yeah,
you're putting those targets
definitely.
out.
Sunday when we were picking up the targets, I mean, we got a little shower Saturday night, so then targets were just covered in ticks. They were trying to get out of that wet grass, and when you pick them up, 8 to 10 ticks would fall off each target onto you, and they would bail off you just as fast as they could when you had that stuff on you.
Man.
Yeah, I bet the other people there wanting to know where you got it.
Oh, yeah. I used my bottle up pretty quick when everybody found out I left it in the concession stand.
They better be buying you a bottle back.
Well, listen, it is neat because, let's see now, folks, listen to what Jason said. BioShield is an all-natural repellent that we just introduced, and Jason, we're running commercials everywhere. It's on the Outdoor Channel, the Sportsman's Channel, and Pursuit. And what's really neat about this, Jason, is that it's typically people they get a bug spray. All right, that is a 8-ounce bottle of spray. It's all natural, and you can spray it on you. And in fact, if I remember our conversation, when you first called in the first time that you used the spray, you can put it on your hands and rub it through your hair. And that way it'll keep them from getting down in your hair. But we also, folks, have what Jason said, which is a body wash and shampoo. This is all natural, all 3 of these products, no DEET in it. Jason, how old is your daughter?
She's actually 11.
11. Nothing about this will harm them. And what it does, it shuts down the neurological system of the any biting insect. So it's almost just like Jason's saying, it's almost instant. And so we have a body wash and shampoo. Up till this year, no one in the repellent industry had ever thought about this.
Yeah.
So not only do we bring a better mousetrap in the liquid, but for the first time ever, now somebody like Jason can take a bath. He's going to take a bath anyway, right, Jason?
And how did you like the smell of the body wash?
Yeah, I try to hit the high spots anyway.
How did you like the smell of it?
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Most guys didn't even know that I was wearing it at all. And like you were saying with that DEET, I'm highly sensitive to DEET. But I would go ahead and take the risk of all that DEET exposure and just let my skin burn, because I'd rather have that than the ticks. So
Sure.
when I used this, and it was way more effective than DEET ever has been for me, and didn't give me any kind of reaction whatsoever, man, I fell in love.
Yeah, I tell you, and it's, folks, it's available in the body wash and shampoo, just like Jason used. And just like Jason said, he came back and took the laundry detergent. You can see it on the screen there. And then you can wash your clothes like Jason did. So why let them get on you if they're getting on your clothes, just like he was talking about with the 3D targets?
Yeah.
They can get on it, they want to get off of it.
Right.
And so we have
triple layer of protection.
Triple layer of protection. You've got the body wash and shampoo. You're going to take a bath anyway, not have protection. Jason, listen, tell Mama that you can send your daughter to school. She's going to be taking them. She's going to be washing her clothes anyway. During the spring and the summertime and in early fall, wash your clothes with this. This is a regular laundry detergent. The difference is, not only is it pleasant smell, but it'll protect the children. It'll protect anybody that's outdoors.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's going to be a household supply in our house, because with ball games coming up and, going to the ball diamonds and everything else like that,
Yep.
it just makes too good a sense not to use it.
Well, it's I tell you what it's going to do. It's going to change the repellent industry because of just what Steve said. It's a system. We as hunters, and you deer hunt, we understand how to kill the human odor, because, you take body wash shampoo to kill the odor. We wash our clothes to kill it. And then you take it a field spraying with you. We understand to beat that whitetail's nose, that triple protection. We've applied that knowledge to the repellent industry, and it's going to be a game changer out there at all levels of retail. No one's ever had this before, so we're pretty excited about it, and you can see the commercials on all the outdoor channels.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about it.
I tell you what, it is the best stuff out there, because like you said, if you use all of it at once, we've run this shoot for 6 years, and in the last 6 years, this is the first year that I can actually say that I walked away from that shoot without a single tick attached to my skin. And last year and 2 years ago, I pulled off somewhere between 150 and 200 ticks a day off this course. So this is not some place that's just got a few ticks. This place is loaded.
Wow.
And they just completely stayed off of me this year.
Well, that dealer needs to be selling that with every entry.
Man, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you what, I've told everybody I can think of it. People are really missing the boat if they don't get on board this system. And it is the best stuff I've ever found. And like you said, the smell's good. Once you got it on, most people don't notice the difference between it and the normal laundry soap.
That's right. And it's designed.
Works.
It is designed that way. It is a very pleasant smell. And listen, when you get over to the scent defense, we've done the same thing to the odor stop category. It's called scent defense. So you'll be able to kill the human odor, repel the same biting insects, but at the same time, we formulated the smell you're smelling, Jason. We formulated that as an attractant to deer. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because they don't come in with their noses up. They come in with their tongue out, licking their nose. And what's crazy about it is it's just not bucks. It's fawns, it's does, any size deer, any age deer.
I'll be using it. I'm coming to Kansas there in November.
Yeah, that sucker's headed up there to you. You know what part of Kansas?
I have no idea.
He doesn't know where he's coming. Hey, he may be coming up there where you are.
Well, he's welcome to stay at my house if he had any part in making that bug spray. I can guarantee you that.
Well, he did. Steve's a compounding pharmacist. His brother Mike, who, if you see the show, that big snake he just killed, Mike's also a pharmacist, and both sisters are pharmacists. So yeah.
Well, you guys have done a fabulous job.
He had just a little bit to do.
I was real skeptical at first.
I know.
Like I said, I tested each product individually and then as a system. And individually, they work phenomenally. As a system, unstoppable.
Yeah, it's iron. It's almost like putting a blanket over you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I really didn't believe in it until I got home that night and not a tick on me, and that's just unheard of for me.
What do old dealer think about it?
Oh, he's ecstatic. He's ecstatic.
Well, good.
I tell him don't sit there empty. We're like the Frito-Lay. You know, you do it. We'll send you some more. We're not bashful.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're selling fast now that they've got the tick magnet stamp of approval.
Well, Jason, hey, we appreciate it.
We appreciate you calling in and listen. We appreciate the kind words, and we do appreciate. It's always nice to see confirmation out there that folks, that these people call in. Everybody, they just call in, and so we certainly appreciate the kind words. We're glad it helps you.
I'm looking forward to seeing some more of your products. If they work half as good as that, they're worth their weight in gold.
Hey, you try that scent defense this fall. Do you bow hunt?
Oh yeah, I'm avid.
Well, man, you need to get you some Top Secret. I guarantee you. In fact, we have the 1/10 of 1% Club is who sponsors the show. You can go, the button, if you're watching the show, you can go to our website, topsecretdeerscent.com, or you can just hit the button on the screen if you're watching the show, and hit that button and it'll take you to it. And it's actually open enrollment, and we only have 12,000 of those big bottles here. And that's the best the industry's ever seen. It's single urine, 3-4-year-old mature doe, literally pulled the buck off of the doe. It's in process urine. There's only 12,000 bottles for 12 million deer hunters.
And oxygen-free.
Oxygen-free. thus 1/10 of 1% Club. Well, look, we appreciate you calling in, Jason.
Well, I appreciate your product. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the kind words.
Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye. Crazy, ain't it?
Man, I tell you, that was a great testimony.
Isn't it amazing? Hey, that's why we do this kind of stuff.
Man.
Hey, it works because we don't want them suckers on us either.
No.
Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll do this thing all over again. It is needed.
Worked hard all summer to get just right. Don't leave the rest of it to chance. Use the finest deer urine ever collected and the only one in the market that is oxygen-free. From collection to bottle. Get ready. It's time to hunt. Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
I said, all right. They catch us talking, Steve.
Man, they caught you again.
All right, let's see where we at, folks. We're going to try to, we got a telephone call. We thought we were going to go to QuickBooks. What am I heading down QuickBooks on my all day long? I've been working on this. All right, folks, let's get this. That's bad, ain't it? All right, you got Don Bell and Steve Burklow. Who we got?
Name's Travis.
Big Travis. Where you from, Travis?
Michigan.
All right.
Travis, have we talked to you recently?
Yeah, about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, are you up around Traverse City? What part?
I'm probably about 45 minutes, hour and a half or so south of that.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you on this. What's the temperature up there tonight?
About 50 degrees.
Man. Nice.
I'm telling you, we're...
about 70, 75 here?
Yeah, I mean, man, We're cutting grass, fighting rattlesnakes. Travis, did you see the first part of the show?
No, I did not actually.
Well, let me tell you.
I missed it.
All right, tomorrow morning, when this thing airs back where you can see it, you need to check us out and see the rattlesnake that Steve's brother Mike killed. This was killed this week in South Alabama. He's about 6 foot long, 16 rattlers and a button, a timber rattler. And so you guys don't have to worry about that up there at 50 degrees. Of course, you ain't got to worry about that up there in Michigan anyway. But, you know, even though it's nice down here, it's a bad time of year with them big rattlesnakes crawling.
Scare me.
It is. Well, we're glad to talk to you again. What kind of question you got?
I'm just wondering how far should I hunt from a bedding area?
You know, look, somebody called in a few weeks back talking about that. And
maybe last week even.
Yeah, you know, people are kind of scared to get too close to a bedding area. And I think we're both with the same mindset. You know, hey, I get as close as I can get on them and without literally getting on when the doe stands up. You know, and one of the things we was telling them when that question come up was, Travis, when a doe stands up, research shows that once a doe stands up, within, you know, she's gonna hang around in that bedding area for about 30 minutes, where she's right there at, and then she's gonna go out. But within that first 30 minutes, before she leaves that bedding area, she will rub urinate. It's, you know, rub urination. And, you know, like a buck does, Travis, in the fall, you know how he urinates over the tarsals? Well, a doe does it 365 days a year. A lot of hunters don't realize that. And basically what she's doing is she's putting on her identity for the day. You know, she's putting her status on. And then during the course of the day, if she comes in contact with another doe or an opposing doe, she will show status and she'll rub urinate again in the presence of that other doe to show status. A buck primarily rub urinates in the fall. But, you know, are you bow hunting or gun hunting?
I do both.
I mean, the bedding area, is it your property? In other words, you're hunting this property. You know where the bedding areas are, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. And you said you were bow hunting.
Both, yeah.
Okay,
so
both.
Of course, with a gun, you can lay back a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, right, and that's the reason we asked that. But if you're bow hunting, I mean, and you got the cover.
And depends on what kind of transition you got right up next to it.
That's right.
Right up in that.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's if you got a transition close to it, because deer want to walk a transition. You know, they just feel safer walking. You know what we're talking about in the transition of the timber, whether it's a clear cut or field. What's your property like? Are y'all hardwood or field?
I got a mix of hardwood and pine.
Okay, yeah. That break, is it a planted pine or is it just mixed?
It's mixed.
Okay. Well, you don't have the break as much then, but you know, we're not scared of what we're telling you is we're not scared to get as close to the bedding area as we can possibly get without jumping the deer. That's the deal.
Right.
But I want to get close enough to them.
Especially with top secret.
Yeah.
Because doe urine and, man, you're telling them another doe's right there. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, early or during archery season, are you trying, what's your limit on bucks there? You kill, what, 2?
Yeah, you can get 2.
Yeah. How many does can you take? Early archery season.
I want to say, with my combo tag, I can get either 2 bucks or 1 buck and 1 doe.
So, and the reason I'm asking that, Travis, is that, you know, for instance, if you just want to take a doe early season, and that's when I'd take her, then you get as close to that bedding area within reason. Right now, how far are you hunting out of it?
Probably good 60, 70 yards.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you're seeing. I mean, you're well within seeing, right? Oh, yeah, we know it. I mean, I wouldn't hesitate with that.
Yeah, I don't know how to change the setup at all.
No, I mean, yeah, a lot of people when they call in, they're scared to they stay way further back than that.
Yeah.
But
Try some dough urine. Or,
yeah, and listen, in some circumstances, as thick as it is down here, we might even get a little closer than that. Depends on how thick it is.
Right.
Of course, down here it's thick.
Yeah.
You almost got to get up on top of them. But no, that's not a bad distance at all. Try you some. Have you tried any Top Secret?
No, I just got a bottle of it though.
Okay, good.
I think that'll really make a difference.
What bottle did you get? What'd you get? Was it Estrus Buck?
Just a second, I'll take a look.
Oh, that's okay. Did you get
Put it
it?
away for the fall.
Is it the 3-ounce bottle, like the hot sauce bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's oxygen free. It's never seen oxygen. First time you see it is when you open it, which means, Travis, keep this a simple process. Top Secret it has changed, and it's going to change dramatically the scent industry, because dark urine says the deer was there. Clear oxygen-free urine says the deer is there. If you were to go to any store you buy scent and you opened it up, what color is it?
A brown color.
There you go. Listen,
Usually dark brown.
Everybody says that. That's the reason we ask the question. We don't know what your answer. I mean, you could say bright yellow, but everybody's honest. They know when you open a bottle of scent, it's brown.
Dark brown.
And the reason for it is it's ammoniated.
Yeah.
And dark urine says the deer was there. He's just not there while you're there. You see what I'm saying?
And that buck and doe knows the difference.
That's right. So think about this. If you get all the way into that thicket, that bedding area, you want that deer to know that there's a deer there now. It's safe to come to where I am. You see what I'm saying? So what Top Secret does, it's when you use it, it says there's a deer there right now, not that there was one.
Right.
So it brings you right at the second that there's another deer there right now, which brings comfort to the deer, or depends on which urine you're using, buck during the peak rut, it's like smelling Old Spice. So, but it says that intruder or that doe or just regular doe urine, there's that deer there right now. So big difference. So try it and let us hear from you.
Oh, no problem, for sure.
Any other questions you got?
Not offhand, though.
All righty. Well, look, we appreciate you calling in, and tell the people about it, and let us hear. Try that on the bedding area. This archery season comes in when?
October.
1st of October. Call us back and let us know how you do hunting as close to that bedding area that we're talking about. Call us back and tell us if we're stupid or not. All right.
I'll definitely give her a try, that's for sure.
All right, Travis. Listen, tell people about the show. We airs every Thursday night. It's as relevant as the last question, so we appreciate you calling in.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes Top Secret Reserve Doe Estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top Secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 0.1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 0.1% club.
Get me laughing. All right, folks, listen. We just want to let you know that it's that time of year. We're in the open enrollment period. Yeah. Look, if you look up in the top left corner of the screen there, we are the proud sponsor we have for the show of Hunting the Rut Hotline is Top Secret's 1/10 and 1% Club. Folks, listen, we're in open enrollment. Keep in mind that what reserve is, there's 12,000 bottles of estrus. This is a 26-ounce bottle. You see it. You can go to the button below you there. You can hit the icon. It'll take you to the club page, and you can join tonight. And what you do, it's a $100 bill. You got a couple options. Of course, now, folks, listen to me. It's 26 ounces.
Yeah.
$2 and something an ounce.
Well, that's great.
It's just fun. This is the best, folks. I've been doing this nearly 30 years. This is the best urine that the industry's ever seen. Single urine, no oxygen, 3-4-year-old does, Steve. And the people can't say it doesn't work because it's in process urine. We literally pulled this buck off of this doe. Seriously, these are the bucks this is buck urine Steve is holding. This is estrus. We've got about 12,000 bottles of this, thus the 1/10 of 1% club. 12,000 bottles for 12 million deer hunters. We've got about 1,200 bottles of the buck. And do the math, you don't need 12,000 bucks to service a herd of deer, so you're going to have less buck. You can be a club member for the night by buying either bottle. You've got two choices, don't you, Steve?
Yep.
What are those?
Well, you can buy it all at one time, just pay the $100, or you can pay $25 a month for 4 months, and we'll ship it. If you want to get it in October, September, whatever you want to get it, we'll get it. You just put that date down and you'll have it.
So when you hit the website, you got a couple options there, 2 options. Like Steve said, you can buy it and say, hey, I want it today, but I don't want you to ship it to me till November the 15th. Oh, November the 1st.
That's right.
You don't want to wait the 15th, November the 1st. We'll ship it to you, but it's yours. No one can ever take this bottle away from you. We have an open enrollment every year, sort of like buying season tickets where Travis just was at the University of Michigan. So long as Travis buys it, it's his. Every year he renews. Now, if Travis were to forget, then that bottle comes back up open for Steve to buy.
Somebody else.
For somebody else to get it. But it's like season tickets, nobody can ever take it away from you. Once you're a club member, you get to participate in new product development.
Yeah.
They get to be guest on the show. You also are able to do product. You get 5% discount on all future purchases after that. You see the benefits on the show there. It is a great thing. We're an open enrollment, and folks, you want to take advantage of that. Do not wait closer to the season thinking, oh, well, I'll get me some later. First come, first serve. Think about it. 1/10 of 1%. 12,000 bottles sounds like a lot. It's not for 12 million deer hunters. Folks, there's 1 million hunters in Pennsylvania. There's right at 1 million in Texas. Pushing 800,000 in Minnesota. Do the math. It don't take long to get rid of it, and you don't want to be left behind.
Nope.
Join the club tonight, folks. Alrighty, let's see here, guys.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes Top Secret Reserve Doe Estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top Secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 1/10 of 1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 1/10 of 1% club.
May see a deer. Okay. May see a deer up in here, huh? All right, we're going to try to catch up with a few more Facebook questions, Steve.
All right, we got Wyatt Boom from Holland, Michigan. Are spike horns inferior to the gene pool?
No.
Yeah, I know. I've heard mixed reactions about that, but I don't know. To me, it seems.
Well, first of all, they got to start out of something.
Yeah. That's exactly.
So, and there's there's a lot of, it depends on what part of the country you're in, if you're in a club or, if you're on public land or, if you're trying to grow the herd, how big the herd is. They're trying to take the mouse off of the property because you're feeding. So buck-doe ratio.
Yeah.
A lot of that plays into that, but,
To me, it seems risky because, especially if you're in a club or something like that, there'll be so many variations that could get out of hand with a lot of club members.
That's right. That's right.
And so you're killing a lot of your potential bucks.
Yeah, you're shooting them out. It's really a local thing, and it's kind of a political thing, and it varies almost from camp to camp.
Yeah.
Property to property.
But I don't think they're inferior.
No, they taste real good, actually. All right, let's see who else we got.
We got Levi Glanders from Casper, Wyoming.
Look there.
How similar are mule deer and white-tailed deer in their breeding cycles?
Pretty similar. The deer family is similar.
Yeah.
But a whitetail and a mule deer, people through the years said, will they breed? And guy years ago, I introduced a tarsal gland, freeze-dried tarsal gland. And I had this guy call me, and he just wrung me. I mean, he just chewed me out. And the reason for it is he was hunting in the panhandle of northern Texas, and where the mule deer and the whitetail kind of mixed. And he said, "Oh man," he said he had this whitetail mule deer that had bred. He said he was a big old thing. Now, I'm just telling you what the man said. And he come up there to the tarsal gland, and he got it off of the tree limb and started chewing on it, walking off. And he was giving me the right act because the deer stole his tarsal gland. He said he was chewing it and walked off with it. And I said, "Well, what you put it up there for?" He said, "I wanted to shoot him." Dude, he was chewing on it. Why didn't you shoot him? I said, "I can't shoot him for you, But to answer your question, they're similar in the breeding cycles.
Yeah.
And though we don't put whitetail urine will attract a mule deer, it will.
Yeah.
And it'll also do blacktail. There's some, the deer family is, but as a general rule, to answer your question, is similar.
Yeah.
Awful similar.
Very similar, yeah.
All right. Who else we got?
We got Colton Fryer from Janesville,
Wisconsin.
At what age does a doe get bred?
A doe can get bred the first full year. And again, that's buck-doe ratio, but, first full year, a doe's grown.
Competition,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, who else we got?
We got Ellen Andrews, Morton, Illinois. There's a lot of people who plant fall food plots. However, what is your take on providing a healthy food source during the spring and summer season?
Yeah, you want to do that. Now, we want to qualify Ellen there because Ellen's in Morton, Illinois. Now, you remember Morton, don't you? Oh, Ellen, she'll know that's good buildings built up there. Morton buildings. You remember all them buildings up there was coming through Illinois?
Yeah.
Those are some fine metal buildings right there. I mean, they're the Cadillac of the buildings. But anyway, to answer your question is, in the spring up there, deer is in that recovery period, and it's a late recovery. We're here where we have all the browse. Their browse is slower. So what she's talking about, it's a good thing up there to have a spring cover crop to kind of give them something to go to and to gravitate to. Anytime you can do that to speed that recovery process up, it's almost like drinking Ensure.
Yeah.
Get all the vitamins, get it all in there. If somebody's sick and, they can't take it, you give them Ensure to build them back up to where they can start eating again. What's the same thing there?
I'll tell you what, too, Don, if you don't mind. We've been planting something during the spring, summer, for 3 years now. And a lot of people haven't heard of it, but it's called sun hemp.
Sun hemp?
Sun hemp. It's SUNNHEMP. Not marijuana. It's sun hemp, but it grows to be about 10 to 12 feet tall. It's
really?
Extremely high. Very high in protein, more protein than alfalfa. Deer love it in Alabama. I'm sure it's everywhere. But they eat it, and it lasts right up to the first frost.
Sun hemp?
Yes, and that's the only thing that I've been able to really get grown because it grows so fast.
What about the stalk? Is it a big stalk?
Yeah, it's a pretty good size
And they'll
stalk.
eat the stalk too?
No, they eat the leaves. And what they'll do, I've noticed at ours, because it grows right up bow season, it gets so tall, they'll eat it up to there, and where they can't reach, they'll bite it and it'll fall down.
Over.
Let it fall over. You'll go
They're
down.
hinged. They're
cutting there. That's right, because you'll look out there and
That's
you'll see
right.
them all are just laid over like that.
Yeah.
Broke right in the same spot.
Yeah, and folks, and listen,
I'm telling you, it's good stuff.
And to answer Ellen on that, I was kidding him about hinge cutting, but hinge cutting is actually something that you can do. You take trees along the perimeter of where you're hunting, this is like fields, and you go in a ways and you cut it half in two, break it over. You leave enough green in it that it'll live, and what it does, it shoots sprouts up and it gets thick. So it gives ground cover to it. So not only can you plant like this, but you can also create ground cover in and around these patches to hold the deer to feel safe in and around the new supermarket or the new Winn-Dixie grocery store that you just planted out there.
Yeah.
That way they feel safe to be able to go to the store and get them something.
Yeah. Try that sun hemp. It's
that's
great
right.
stuff.
All right, we got time to keep. We're clicking along here. All righty.
We got
all right.
Alan Flemmer from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. That's my family's from Hornwall, Tennessee. Lawrenceburg's right
there,
before you
okay.
get to it there. How important is hinge cutting your property for deer habitat, and how do you do it?
Well, folks, you can't
Wow.
make this stuff up. We don't.
Just talking about
yeah,
it.
we're just talking about that. It's Alan. It is real good, and it's not only good in Tennessee. It's good everywhere.
Yeah.
Because what you want to be careful now. There's a difference between if this is a tree, you want to cut it half in two to where it just falls over. That way you're getting a horizontal growth, and then it'll go up and it's lower to the ground, and deer feel like you can get some thickness in there. The further north you go, they don't have the thick stuff we got down here.
Yeah.
You go in what they call the hardwoods, and you can see a long ways. So a deer has a hard time, sometimes they're just laying out an opening.
Right.
So that helps a lot, but it also gives you closer to the food source. But what you don't want to do is to cut trees down and lay them down. Don't hinge cutting, it keeps it alive. You cut it and go to piling, you're going to create disease in your woods for your timber. You're going to get the insects in and stuff, and you're going to hold them. And so there's a total difference. One is alive and creating a live cover. The other is going to be a false decay, and you have a problem with your trees, especially your hardwood trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pretty neat. I mean, go
Yeah.
figure. All right. Who else we got?
All right. We got Colton Lim from Jasper, Alabama.
Right there at the house.
Yeah.
Sort of, kind of. He's North Alabama.
After bucks shed their antlers, how long does it take to start growing them back?
Hey, that was a similar question from earlier.
Exact same question, I think.
In Jasper, it's instantaneous. It drops off. It doesn't scab over. It has almost like a clear coating over it to protect, and then it starts growing the process. How fast? You're in Jasper. I don't know where that guy was earlier. I don't remember where the gentleman was that called in. That was talking about that, but I think he was in the north.
I think it was too.
But
I think Iowa.
Iowa. So Colton in Jasper, Alabama, they got plenty of browse right now. They're humming.
Yeah.
Got plenty to eat. Just watch for them rattlesnakes that we showed you at the first part of the show, because dog, you right there in the middle of them up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, who else we got?
All right, we got Bonnie Norton from Bastrop,
Louisiana.
Okay. What is the perfect seed blend for a fall hunting kill plot?
In Bastrop, Louisiana, guys, it is anywhere in the southeast. Again, there's so many stuff out there.
God,
let me tell you about that like it was when I was a teenager and we had a Army Navy store, and we couldn't afford all this camo and stuff, and the old boy told me, he said, "Man, you need some camo to be able to kill a deer." And I thought, man, I wonder how many deer I killed with blue jeans off for. When I was a teenager, I was thinking, wait a minute, how did I kill all them deer? It helps.
Yeah.
Down here, if you were to do a blend, people do rye, wheat, oats. But there's so many.
There is so many.
There really is so many. And what I would do, we're in Bastrop, call the local store, or better yet, your co-op, and say, hey, what mix is a lot of people buying? Because what you'll find, Bonnie, is you go to your co-op, a lot of people will go, big clubs will go in and have mixed up their own stuff.
Right.
Rather than just buying.
Don, one that I've found real successful for us, and I think it's actually made in Louisiana or Mississippi, I'm not sure, but it's called Buckbuster, and it's a really good blend of about 5 different things, your typical clovers and stuff like that, and oats and stuff. But it's called Buckbuster, and it's not outrageous like some of the other ones. I think it's about $30 a bag, but it's everything all in one. It's a really good blend. You might try that.
Yeah, and guys, make sure that depends on where you are, is the amount of fertilizer and lime.
Yeah.
It matters. But try it. Make a telephone call or two. Try what Steve said, but call the co-ops. And I'll tell you something. Bastrop, Louisiana. Bonnie, you can run over there to the little old store you got right there in town. And she's going, the little store on my butt. That is a mega store.
Oh.
In Bastrop, Louisiana. You can come off there off the interstate and you're going into Bastrop and you come around. And the first time I came around, I went around, I thought, man, where in the world am I? Little southern place, little, and I'm thinking, man, I'm fixing to do a seminar. Boom! Here's this, looks like a Bass Pro store sitting there. And since then, it's probably doubled or tripled.
Wow.
It is an absolute showplace in any part of that part of the world. It is worth, you can go there. They don't have some of the stuff. They got multiples of everything you can think of.
Wow.
The gentleman, good guy, he's got a 7-point rule. Great customer service. You walk in that door and you take 7 steps without one of their employees saying, can I help you? He fires them. So he's serious about it. Bonnie, go in there and ask him about this food plot stuff. Do we got to go to a commercial?
Yeah.
We are. Folks, we'll be right back.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Yeah. All righty, folks, we're back. We're going to try to squeeze in as many Facebook questions as we are, and we'll try to go as detailed as we can to answer. They're telling us we got to try to catch up on some of our Facebook, and boy, we appreciate you doing it. And let's see, Steve, we got somebody from Macomb, Mississippi.
All right, yeah, we got Justin Tallman. He says, why do bucks create bachelor groups in the summer?
Well, they actually, they bucks stay together.
Gosh, 90% of the time.
Yes, and the only time a buck's is interested in a doe is during the peak of the rut.
Yeah.
When she's in estrus. So the peak of the rut's when they're primarily concerned with a doe. But like right now, where's he at? Macomb, Mississippi? As soon as season ended in Mississippi, bucks go back into bachelor groups. Right now in April, they're in bachelor groups. And even though their antlers are gone, Justin, their horns are gone, they still have dominance.
Oh yeah, they know who's who.
You bet. And it's what is it? The phantom. You lose an arm or a leg, you still think it's there, and that's true. Every year when we cut the horns off of these bucks, the horns are gone. Right? I mean, they're coming out of velvet. They're coming out of velvet. You got to get rid of them. If you don't, they'll hurt you.
Right.
So the horns harden. They're in rut. We cut them off. He'll come still at you because he still thinks he's got them.
Yeah.
So the dominance is there, and what that is, Justin, it's a pecking order.
Yeah.
And the pecking order that you're going to experience this fall is developed, maintained, all the way through the peak of the rut.
Yeah.
Those young kids are learning to say yes sir, no sir. Being from Macomb, Mississippi, you understand what we're talking about? Need a lot more of that in the world. To teach these young kids shut up and sit down. And these bucks, they teach them young bucks to shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
And so when it gets over here in the peak of the rut, when he says don't, they understand it. And this area you don't come in, that area you can go in.
Yeah.
So, but that's happening now, Justin.
And I suppose why do they do it? I'm supposing it's more of an instinctual thing.
Yeah, well, as what level drops?
What's that? Testosterone level drops.
The testosterone level, did I say it right?
Yeah.
As it drops, obviously, that's the reason why they're breaking the antlers. It clears. They start going back in, and then they start, which is what we've been talking about the past few weeks, Justin, is they're in the recovery period. And so all that, they start coming back in natural instinct. But they browse and do together, and they understand the pecking order. But it's not just, hey, I'm first, you're second. It's a process.
Yeah.
And then that's set, and then it's maintained. It's challenged also during the peak of the rut, but they have to be reminded. Oh, okay, yes, sir, now I understand.
Yeah.
I remember now why I don't need to do that. Yeah. So, all right, who else we got?
All right, we got Austin Wrench from Ashland, Wisconsin. What is the secret to your new tick and mosquito repellent that makes it effective?
The secret to it is Nurex.
Yeah.
Nurex is a special formula by Portland Outdoors. It is it's going to change the repellent industry. All natural, and
don't let that kid you. All natural. It is effective. If you heard the caller before,
and tell them Nurex is a formulation which is all natural, DEET free, but tell them how it works.
Well, it blocks a neurotransmitter called octopamine, and it basically kills any biting insect almost instantaneously. When it blocks that neurotransmitter, it kills them.
It blocks it, and it shuts it down, and they fall off.
They die.
And we thought, wow, wouldn't that be neat? DEET free.
DEET free.
And if you heard the caller call in before,
yeah, he said it works better than any DEET product he's ever used, by far.
Think about the number of people that was like, what's his name? It was Jason.
Yeah,
it was Jason, right, guys? It was Jason. Jason said how long he suffered tolerating for years using DEET because it would blister him.
And not just a few ticks.
Right.
Hundreds of ticks.
How many people out there are sensitive? Essential that is sensitive skin, and it's got to use DEET because you trade off one for something bad.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do that anymore. And it's available in the ready-to-use spray, first time ever, in a body wash and shampoo, and a laundry detergent. The days now, you can send your kids out, play, husband to work, you can go fish, you do anything, do anything you want outdoors. You got a triple protection, first time ever in the repellent industry.
It smells great, and it feels wonderful on your skin.
The last 8 hours.
Yeah, it's not sticky at all. It just rubs right in. You'll love it.
Oh,
give it a try.
Listen, it's great stuff. And listen, I want to the store that is in Bastrop, Louisiana is Simmons Sporting Goods. Guys, listen, go there and see them. It is a showplace. I mean,
I want to. I've never seen it.
You're pulling in there through there. If you're coming off the interstate and you come into Bastrop, Louisiana is a gorgeous southern town. You're coming around that courthouse, dog. You're thinking, wow, it's a big store.
It's a big place.
It looks like got everything and a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Folks, I think they're telling us it's time to shut up. So we're going to close.
Shut up, sit down, huh?
Shut up, sit down. So we're going to shut up and sit down till next week. And we'll see you, Steve and I will, next Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. You got questions, we're going to have some answers. Tell your friends about the show. Log on Facebook, email us. Talk to you next Thursday night.